What's going on, everybody? This is Nick Lawson from Squad Sports. We're really excited to be supporting the Free Agent Friday series. A lot of great talent out there. Without further ado, this is the next free agent you should be signing with your sports team.
All right, well, we're back for another Free Agent Friday, and today I've got Anaclaudia Cervantes with me. How's it going?
Doing good, doing good. How are you?
Did I get it right?
You got it right. You got it.
Yes. So it's a win. We're starting the day off with
it.
a win. No, thanks for joining me. It looks like you got a great background in sports. So let's kind of jump in and start with where you went to school and any degrees that you received.
Yeah, so I got my undergrad at Florida State University, sport management degree. I actually wanted to be a sports broadcaster in high school. Some friends would joke like, well, we'll see you on, TV one day. But got the degree in sport management at Florida State. Then after Florida State, wanted to kind of broaden my horizons a little bit. So my graduate degree, my master's at University of Central Florida, is actually in criminal justice and crime analysis. So when I tell people that, they're like, kind of an interesting pivot.
Yeah,
but
that
no,
is.
No, it was a great experience. I did love the coursework with the crime analysis degree, but definitely realized I wanted to keep going in that sports route for sure.
Were you like born and raised in Florida, or what area are you from?
I was born in Illinois, so
Okay.
I moved to Florida when I was 9, but I still have family in Illinois, so I go back and forth. So it depends on the mood. I'll tell people I'm from Florida, and sometimes I'll tell people I'm from Illinois, but I consider Florida my home.
Yeah, I do too. I haven't lived here my whole life, but this is home. So, how about when you were in school? Did you do any internships or volunteer work at all?
I didn't do any internships in school, and that's something that, looking back, I love where I'm at career-wise, but it's like, man, I wish I would have done an internship in school. I think the only thing I did related to sports, I worked for CSC, Contemporary Services Corporation, when I was at UCF. So I would watch over the fans at the UCF football games at the Bright House Stadium. It was at the time. So that was probably the only sports-related thing I did.
So walk me through kind of your career once you got out of school.
So once I got out of school, I didn't have any sports experience. My first experience was actually a part-time box office ticket seller with the Miami Marlins. So I was their first season, 2012 at Marlins Park. I was a box office ticket seller. I just manned the windows at games. They were filming the franchise series at that time, so you would see cameras all over. And that was the year Ozzie Guillen was coach as well. So it was fun to be part of the inaugural year at Marlins Park. Then I started out in minor league baseball with the Indianapolis Indians in 2013. I was a ticket services representative and then a group services coordinator. So helping the sales executives process orders. We actually led all of minor league baseball in attendance that 2013 season.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and that role was more of a service-based role, so processing orders, putting together contracts for suites and picnics. But I would watch the sales executives give tours to fans, talk to groups, talk to schools, and I realized, wow, I want to do what they're doing. I don't want to be processing their orders. I want to be making orders. I want to be selling. So I realized I wanted to get into sales after that. Then I started with the Aspire Group in 2013. The end of the year, October, was a sales consultant there at Florida Atlantic. And I was grateful enough. 3 years at Florida Atlantic, was promoted twice to senior sales consultant and then team leader. As I moved up in my career at Florida Atlantic, I started to help train and recruit and hire the other newer consultants on staff. I actually oversaw the interns my final semester, or my final, fall 2016. I oversaw the interns there. Then after FAU, got my first manager role at Army West Point, a manager of new business sales. Loved being at Army. It's funny because the year before I got to Army, I think the football team was 2-10. And then the year I got there, I think they had 8 wins, and then they started to just become a winning team from there. They beat Navy for the first time.
You brought that winning attitude to them.
I don't know. I like to think so, but no, it was awesome. It was my first manager role. So I managed a staff of 5 new business consultants. So yeah, we set some single season records that year. So really grateful for my experience at Army. Then I got an opportunity to run my own property end of 2017. at University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. Never been to South Texas, never even heard of Edinburgh, Texas before.
That's right. That's the border, right? Mexico?
Yep. Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. About, I would say, 40 minutes from the border.
Okay.
So got to run my own FRMC there. So it was awesome. Let's see, I was ticket services and ticket sales and ticket operations. We did everything. Running the box office, had one staff member, and I had one intern as well, and then 6 student game day workers. So for athletic events, I would oversee the student game day staff. We would, tear tickets, work the box office. So that was a great experience. Nice. Our basketball team had Oklahoma that year. So we actually we had over 5,000 fans at our Oklahoma basketball game. We sold out a women's basketball game versus Texas. So really grateful for that experience. Then after UTRGV, came over here. I managed one staff member at UTRGV, but I kind of missed the atmosphere, larger staff, having football, because UTRGV didn't have football. So when I got the chance to come to Colorado State, my sister had lived in Colorado for a couple years before I moved here, and I kind of fell in love with it because I'd visited her, and I was like, wow, this is a great place to live. So when I got the opportunity with Aspire at Colorado State, I jumped on it and got to manage a larger staff again, 5 consultants. Football season, last year we had one more win than the year before, so it was improvement for sure. And this year was shaping up to be really special. We had Colorado we were going to host this year for the first time at Canvas Stadium on campus. But then unfortunately COVID kind of put a wrench in things. We were working remote since March. And then I'm here today, and unfortunately with Mountain West and everything with college football in flux at that time, I'm here today, but no, it's been a great run for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're with Aspire Group for almost 7 years or right thereabouts. Were you primarily selling season tickets, groups, individual, or, premium, everything?
Yeah. So each property, it was kind of different. Each property I was at. Florida Atlantic, it was full menu, completely full. Season, groups, single game, mini plans, premium. I maybe said that already. At Army, it was everything as well. I was on the new business side, so we focused on new season tickets, new mini plans. But groups was really the bread and butter at Army. And I think when I was at Army, I really got more comfortable selling groups because that was a big chunk of why we were so successful, because of those group sales. At UTRGV, it was a little bit of the same. Season tickets were huge there, especially for basketball and baseball. And then group sales as well, especially the youth groups. South Texas, you're playing baseball all year round, so you have a lot of youth in Texas. And then Colorado State, the same, pretty much full menu, I would say. Your premium areas, season tickets, groups, mini plans.
What would be like an ideal position that you're looking for now?
So I want to continue my growth. I've been fortunate to have grown within Aspire from a sales consultant, not much sales experience, to a senior manager role. I do want to continue to grow into a director. I do want to have a role where I'm managing a team, developing a staff. I didn't realize how much I would enjoy managing others and helping grow their careers. So I want my next role to be, if it's the manager of inside sales, the director of inside sales, director of business development, something where I can develop a team, grow them from their young careers starting out to be in my shoes one day. I want to help grow definitely the careers of young professionals.
Are you looking to stay in the collegiate space or open to minor league, major league, and other?
Oh, definitely open to minor, major league. Absolutely. Obviously I've been in college athletics for 7 years, but certainly open. I love baseball. So, major league baseball, minor league, pretty much open to all of it.
And then how about location? Open to, you've already traveled the country almost, so.
Yeah, I'm definitely open to moving. I would love, Colorado is a great place. That would always be an option to stay in Colorado, but I really enjoyed living in New York. So Northeast is always an option for me too. And then family, I have family in Illinois area and Chicago and Florida. So those are always some areas that I would be open to because I have family.
What would you say is the biggest asset that you bring to the table?
think the biggest asset, probably, other than my enthusiasm and energy, I think my work ethic. You'll probably ask anyone I've worked with, I'm always one of the first people in the office, one of the last to leave, just always doing more than, what I'm told. Sometimes I burn myself out a little too much. So, if there's, something that needs to be done, I'll do it, and I'll do it to the best of my ability, because I think part of the reason why I've grown so much is because of, the things that I've been able to do, the little things that, you're volunteering for things you don't want to do. So I think my work ethic is something, biggest asset I'll bring for sure.
How about on the flip side? What area do you think you need to work on the most?
I think probably, self-belief and self-confidence, having grown in my career, obviously knowing what I'm talking about. I think believing in myself, especially going to a new place. So having to feel like I have to prove myself, like, hey, you know what you're talking about, you are knowledgeable. So I think having that belief and confidence, expressing myself in meetings, I'm getting a lot better, expressing my ideas and whatnot. But I think that's something that I can definitely improve on. Hey, you know your stuff, so express that to the world. So,
how would you define success?
I think for me, especially in my role, success is, for me, developing others. So if I'm a manager and I have someone who grows into, a manager role themselves from a sales consultant or an intern, if I'm helping grow their career while growing myself, I think that's success. Because as a leader, all you want to do is help others grow. I had an intern at Florida Atlantic. He actually, we reunited at Colorado State, and now he's a manager at Bradley University. So I helped, just knowing that I helped develop him into a future leader and growing myself in the process. I think that's pretty.
It's real rewarding for that. I love that part of the job, seeing your people that you've really had an impact on, go out and be successful on their own. And it's always cool to see. How about a fun fact about you personally?
Fun fact, I would say I'm a huge adrenaline junkie. So basically everything that we couldn't do during COVID, traveling. I love to travel, love to fly. I had a couple trips booked over the spring that I couldn't take. And then adrenaline junkie, love roller coasters, theme parks. Just a good.
Like skydiving?
I've never been. I would love to go skydiving. I've never been though. Maybe one day.
Wow. Okay. You know what? I can't handle the roller coasters like I used to. I'm getting old, I guess. It's bad.
It's funny. My brother, when he was younger, I would always try to get him on the roller coaster to see him and always be scared. And now he loves them as well. So I guess you gotta grow into it.
Well, thanks for joining me. I mean, I think you've got some great experience, on the ticket sales and management leadership side. So, I know that teams are going to slowly start getting people back. So hopefully you can get back, in the front office somewhere soon. But I'm pretty confident with your experience, you'll land on your feet pretty soon. So keep in touch and let me know if I can help in any way.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.